Pudge is everywhere. If you play Dota 2 for any modicum of time, you're without a doubt well aware that Pudge is the reigning champion of being the most picked hero of all time. Pudge is iconic in every sense of the word. When people think about Dota 2, it's not unrealistic that the first thing coming to mind is that of Pudge. He's just that recognizable. Pudge has gone through a lot of changes in recent years though, and while he has become an actual powerhouse of a hero, there's still plenty of people that pick him for the sake of just picking him, but not actually playing a useful Pudge. So today, let's take a dive into how to do a Pudge in a manner that will win you some pub games. Core Pudge. Now, I am by no means saying you can't play Pudge as a support. What I'm saying though is that trying to do so carries a great amount of strain and an equal amount of risk. Pudge's main draw as a hero is his hooking ability as a support, but other than that he's completely reliant on his lane partner to even have a chance at grabbing a kill. This already puts him in a massive disadvantage since most good heroes 4 or 5 nowadays are extremely good at harassing, something Pudge isn't, unless you mass up a somewhat sizable lead. The trick is to farm like you're a normal core and use the initial gold and power gain from laning to springboard yourself into a winning position where the opponent can't take you down, no matter what they throw at you, which can effectively be done from any of the 3 positions: off lane, mid lane, or safe lane. The premise is rather simple from laning and onwards. First, you start off with somewhat normal items. I personally skip Coiling Blade in favor of Ring of Protection for a bit of extra armor, given Pudge's abhorrent armor situation as a hero. But other than that, you can go pretty standard. What's important following this is a few items of notice. First, face boots, mostly because they give you a very powerful chunk of armor, something Pudge is severely lacking. Hood of Defiance, it absolutely negates a gargantuan amount of magic damage you do, and it only becomes better later as we get an Aghanim Scepter. Vanguard. This one can come before or after the hood and depends a bit on what kind of lineup the enemy has. Physical block paired with Pudge's Fleshheap is absolutely bonkers and you will not go down without dragging people with you in the mid game. Aghanim Scepter, the entire reason why Pudge is an absolute menace right now. The amount of AoE damage you do is absolutely unbelievably absurd. By killing people before you acquire it and combined with hood, you're able to outright sustain the self damage from rot and pour it into people around you. This is the Aghanim Scepter Botseeker wish he had. And lastly, Blink Dagger. I personally prefer to get Blink before Aghanims, but granted I also play extremely aggressive with Pudge and value killing people with him a great deal due to the nature of the Fleshheap as a concept. After all those items have been acquired, you can sort of freestyle it from there. Art of Tarask, Shiva's Guard, Assault Cuirass, you really should already have won the game by now once you've had a lead with Aghanims. It's really just that powerful. As for skill build, it's rather straightforward really. I'd recommend getting 1 point in hook, but then max out rot or Fleshheap before putting more points into it on average. Activating Fleshheap is what gives you such ungodly staying power since it fully negates your rot and a large portion of damage coming your way. Plus, you'll be able to farm creep camps extremely fast with your high level rot plus Fleshheap combo. So how do we generally play Pudge as a core then? Well, the answer is extremely simple. Actively. A lot of people will AFK with Pudge. This is wrong. This is very, very wrong. Yes, you're able to acquire Aghanims arguably faster if you rush for it by AFK farming jungle creeps and letting your team do all the lifting, but you're forgetting one thing. Fleshheap. Even if you don't care much about being a team player, you're literally benefiting yourself because you're building stacks of strength over an entire game. Your Aghanims will be so much stronger if you have some 15 plus Fleshheap stacks by the time you get it, as opposed to say 3. Not to mention, by playing active, you apply a whole lot of pressure onto the enemy, which will make it easier for your team to win the game, and in turn it will make it easier for you to farm, because you're not going to have to deal with people trying to gank your AFK farming ass, because you've already put the enemy in disarray. Whether you play 1, 2 or 3 is irrelevant here. Get your level 6 and get to work chubby. There's kills to be made and there's Fleshheap stacks to acquire. Become a complete menace to the enemy team and revel in the fact that you're generally playing a hero that triples down in playing as a carry, a ganking mid, and a tanky / initiating offlaner, all bundled into one hero. By applying this obnoxiously aggressive playstyle, you're able to farm out Fleshheaps, gold and XP at a very reliable rate while you're not just soaking creeps in an AFK farming manner, you're applying pressure, staying relevant and actively helping out your team. What's even better is that because Pudge has almost no cooldowns to speak of, you don't have to almost ever stop. By getting a casual mana item or by firing out some mana pots, you can keep up the slaughter. The more kills you get, the stronger you become. Look at items as something that can always be acquired even just by waiting, but those delicious Fleshheap stacks as something you have to actively acquire if you want them. It gets easier. Every day it gets a little easier, but you gotta do it every day. That's the hard part, but it does get easier. And that's all I have wrapped up today for the Pudge Guide. He's extremely powerful right now, but more than ever, he's actually really fun when played this way. What do you think of Pudge right now? Is he broken? Annoying? Are you fond of his current playstyle? Let me know in the comments. As always, you can watch me live at twitch.tv/fabkyobashi, and new videos are being released here on YouTube every Saturday. So leave a like, a follow, but more than anything, thanks for watching the video. Good luck in your potential future Pudge endeavors, fresh meat.